So you've been talking about how you've just been recently hanging out with David Chapman.
Right. I mean, we just came back about a month or so ago. Me and some friends from out in LA, and I mean, we were out there for about a week at his house and played a lot of handball. Talked handball, everything handball, and 3 weeks before that, I went out there again at his house, and we stayed out there, and it was just the beginning of a friendship. I've always known him, but we never really connected, at that level.
Yeah.
But since he's starting to play a lot of big ball, we kind of just, handball brought us in, and we were just, all of a sudden we're at his house, and we're just eating fruit and grapes and just talking. So it was pretty shocking, and, but it was really nice to have that friendship with him for that moment.
I know you know a lot of people in handball. There's a ton of players out there. So why Dave Chapman? Is he someone who you want to develop a friendship with?
Well, because to me, he was like a legend. He is a legend, and I just always wanted to ask him, how did he do it, and what was going through his mind in the games. And, for me playing over 20 years, for him to be playing probably longer than I have, it was really interesting to kind of know what was going on in his mind, And he's really particular in certain things and really interesting person. So, every time I'd ask him something, he'd have a really cool answer or an explanation or something, So it's really, really intriguing guy and really nice, really friendship. His friendship was really nice with us. And, really cool person. And I was looking forward to, later things, following year and stuff. And we actually teamed up in Vegas a couple months ago. So, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's still unbelievable.
I know it's hard to be put on the spot about this, but you're talking about the insight that he gave. Can you think of an answer that he might have said to you when you asked him these questions that surprised you or that just stuck out in your mind?
He said he just hated losing. He just hated losing, And even though he's not here, I don't think he's lost still. I think he's still winning. So, he's winning with all of us too, So, he just hated losing, and losing was definitely not an option.
Take me through your relationship with Dave Chapman. When did you meet? When did you become friends with him?
I met Dave Chapman in New York. He reached out to me and on Facebook, and he was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna stop by New York in September." He always had this thing that he would go to New York in September, and he wanted to play me a few matches, small ball, big ball, and then he's like, "We go have dinner and we catch up." So I was like, "Hey, cool man, just let me know what days and I'll be available for you." So through there, we just became really good friends, and we would talk every day. And he was just an amazing guy, very inspiring to others, and a trendsetter. Everyone wanted to be like him. He was just so well spoken. He made you feel good about yourself always, especially when you're hanging out with him.
What about him was inspiring to you?
The way he carried himself as a person. He would always, be outspoken. He would tell the truth always. He would be honest about everything, to everybody, no matter what the circumstances are. And he just, he was a go-getter, and he was like me in a lot of ways. We both had a lot of things in common. We both like to gamble. We both like, to be in intense matches. We hate to lose, So we would just always talk about these things and, make jokes about it and laugh.
You kind of chuckled there when you said he was honest, which is there something that kind of sticks out in your mind? Maybe he was almost too honest, or it kind of made you kind of think twice?
Yeah, he was just so professional at every level. I would play him matches, and if I think even the ball was good, and I'm like, no, it was good, he was still arguing me no, it's out, just listen to what I say, trust me. And I'm like, all right, Chapman, you got it, he can never be wrong. So I'm pretty sure everyone knows that about him.